items will be shown to the party agents before we commence the process.
Into the National Collation Center, and a lot of people couldn't wait to just hear what he had to say. It's going to be a very long process. Shenwa Kimbaloye, you're here in the studio. Sulaiman, thank God you're also here, and we're watching the procedure at the National Collation Center. When Professor Atahiru Jaga walked in some minutes before 2 o'clock, the moderator also asked that party agents who were present there to introduce themselves. They did. All 14 of them, all 14 presidential candidates and the parties that they represent were all represented there. At 2:03 p.m., he took up the mic and he introduced himself and the role he's going to be playing. It's going to be a very laborious, or it seems like it's been a laborious process. 19 specific steps, he stated, in the procedure to finally get to where we are. And Professor Jaga has also showed observers and pressmen the blank sheets, that's the results upon which the collation from the different states will be written on. Sean, what happens? I know that you've witnessed quite a number of elections. What eventually happens at this process? It's not as simple as people think it's supposed to be, is it?
It's not very simple. But Mark, at this point, what we'll be expecting, as soon as Professor Jaga climbed that podium and he took his seat, automatically what it means is that we have appreciable number of results that have entered into the arena there, where the results are going to be compiled, collated, and announced. That means that we are set to experience that very moment that Nigerians have been waiting for. At this very moment, when you have the party agents and the candidate agents come to forward to say, here am I representing so and so party, so and so candidate, it then means that we are ready for the real business. It can take us through the night. It can take us almost 24 hours to have this result. Maybe a modest, let's be modest, say about 12 hours. In some cases where we have some complexities in some states, the result might not come until later in the morning. And until the last result comes in, we will not be seeing the final announcement. Even when it's so clear who wins the poll, you still cannot make announcement. But for what we have seen so far, it means that the long waiting is being cut short right now. That any moment from now, we shall be seeing the officers come forward with the results from each of the states. And don't forget 3 elections that we had yesterday and on Saturday: the presidential election, the elections into the National Assembly, to the upper chamber and the lower chamber. So it's really going to be not straightforward like we usually see in the governorship elections. So as the collation officer or the EO comes forward to say, okay, these are the results, he announces the presidential election, the National Assembly elections also.
Well, thankfully, we still have our guest here in the studio with us. Captain Umar Aliyu is still here, thankfully. And we also have Malaki Ugumadu, who's a legal practitioner and our in-house consultant. Well, both of them are in-house consultants in this electoral matter. It's a moment that we've all been waiting for. You saw earlier talking about his comportment when he entered the situation. Well, he's about to brief again. I think that we'll pause it there.
In the blank forms, the names, or rather the acronyms of the parties are into the blank result sheets, and we will do it alphabetically as mentioned in the guideline which we read earlier.
That means states like Yobe and Zamfara State will have to wait a little longer to get each of these results coming.
Well, two different things here. We're going to have the acronyms of the party read out. I also believe that the collation might be done in alphabetical order. But what happens in the event that the name of a state called are not yet there? For instance, Borno State is supposed to be early up in the list, and if they're not there yet,
the results are not in.
Usually
happens? What happens is based on the way the parties appear alphabetically, they're going to announce the result based on that the states. They bring up for the state. Then the parties, each of the parties, based on how they appear alphabetically, is also going to be what they will follow. That means parties like the APA, APC, AA, they will come first before other parties come in that order.
I know that you've watched quite a number of procedures like this. Does this procedure, does it dampen the excitement for you?
No. On the contrary, it shows it up. And it's also gratifying to see that beyond what we are treated to in terms of the failure of the card reader, you could see that an INEC did not just conceive these 19 rules this moment. It goes to show that they have made some preparations and then taking their time in order to be able to get us the best that we desire at the moment.
We're back again. I think that we'll just let them speak now.
And after Enugu, we'll deal with Kogi and then Osun State. The format for the presentation of the state results will be as follows. The state collation officer shall introduce himself or herself and indicate his or her place of work. He or she will then proceed to state the particular state in which he or she acted as collation officer. Thereafter, he or she is to state the number of local government areas in the state and then the number of political parties that contested the presidential elections. He will then proceed to announce the total number of registered voters who are in the register of voters for that particular state, and out of which he will further announce the total number of